Welcome to Slate Pro, AI Research Assistant for Corporate R&D. In the last video, we discussed the use case of Slate Pro in preliminary research in the automotive industry. In this video, let's focus on the next stage of the R&D life cycle, which is incremental research. At this particular stage, you have a problem statement and you're most likely working on a more specific problem and trying to identify answers and solutions to more specific technical and scientific problems. So in the automotive industry, a specific problem could look like the phase change materials effective in preventing thermal runaway in EV batteries. That's a pretty specific problem. And when we ask Slate Pro, let's see what results we get. Okay, so based on the question, Slate Pro has identified certain clusters of solutions. Do we want to look at inorganic salt hydrates and composites, organic paraffin-based materials, or polymer-based phase change materials? For instance, I'm interested in all of them. We want to look at all possible phase change materials effective in preventing thermal runaway in EV batteries. And here we have the results. We have one here that is about encapsulated flame retardant particles that are used to prevent thermal runaway in EV batteries without affecting performance. Here the encapsulants melt above 70 degrees and release the flame retardant when the battery overheats, providing localized thermal management. The melting point is above 70 degrees Celsius, and flame retardant additives with encapsulant typically being wax. The electrodes are fabricated using active materials, binders, conductive materials, with the negative electrode containing carbon-based and silicon-based active materials. So here we have a list of the materials that are being used in order to have better thermal management in batteries. Then we have a number of other solutions. Another one here is about storage system with a propagation barrier containing slabs, phase change material, and an opening. When a cell reaches a high temperature, the phase change material absorbs energy, melts, and replaces its volume with air, creating a high temperature gradient that slows adjacent cell temperature rise, preventing thermal runaway propagation. These can be made from organic materials and salt hydrates. And of course, if we're looking into more details of this, even more than what's mentioned here, we can always click on the link provided. We can view the images immediately from here to see if this is a relevant solution or not. And we have a couple of images. And this makes identifying and shortlisting the resource easier. Then we also have phase change materials like lithium, nickel, graphite, soft pack batteries, and the heat production behavior of battery host material is closely related to the state of charge and electrolyte content. So a number of relevant solutions to a very specific question that we've asked. This particular notebook, whatever you're able to read on the screen, all the solutions will be visible in the video description below so that you can take your time to read it and see what all solutions we'll be able to identify. But this is a use case where very specific research problems can be answered using Slate Pro. It will direct you to the relevant sources of literature and making it easier and more efficient for you to reach the desired solution. I hope this was helpful. In the next video, we'll discuss uses of Slate Pro in another stage of R&D, which is competitive monitoring.